Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of the Sword of Hope 2 for the Nintendo Game Boy. It's time for us to finally finish off this underwater volcano. We completed most of the exploration of it. All you have to do is head down to the second basement, get the last item we need to confront the dragon, and then summon the dragon and finally defeat him and get that fire shard. Defeating the dragon will also fulfill Bogi's life ambition to fight and defeat a fire dragon. And we're going to learn why he wants to defeat a fire dragon. His purpose in taking on such a dangerous foe. But before we fight the fire dragon, we're going to have a lot of random encounters to fight. Because of course I want to get to the dragon as quick as possible, so I can finally finish off the volcano. And I said in previous episodes, whenever I want to get somewhere quick, the game knows that, seems to know that, and it's like, I'm going to put a lot of random encounters in the way to slow progress. But Bogi will be thankful. It's just some good experience for him before he fights the dragon. He'll actually gain a level. Not that he's going to benefit much from that level, because Bogi will be leaving the party after defeating the dragon. Now, he won't be, his absence won't be felt too long though, because almost immediately after losing Bogi, we will get another party member, our final party member, to fill out the party. Like Bogi, this party member will also be a monster hunter, but unlike Bogi, this party member will be female and can use spells. So she'll be a good, kind of a hybrid of Prince Theo and Mute. She won't be as good of a magic user as Mute. She won't be as strong as Prince Theo with physical attacks, but she'll be a good, like, well-rounder. She's like the red mage of the game. Heading down to basement 2 to get the veil, the last item we need. We need the dragon horn to summon the dragon. We need the cool cloak to basically survive down on the second floor of the basement. And the veil, the last item, you have to have in order to actually engage the dragon. Because when you summon the dragon with the dragon horn, he's obviously going to wake up, be very angry, and he's going to blast us with fire breath. And if you don't have the veil, well, that fire breath is going to push you back a few screens, and you won't be able to fight the dragon. The veil will deflect that dragon fire. Luckily, the veil is found very close to where the dragon is, so we won't have to go out of our way to find it. Although we will have to do some odd things to actually find it. It's not right out in the open. Down to B2, head to the left. You gotta look at this hole. And that opens up a new passageway, this cave. And we can't see anything in the cave. So you just gotta look. And then you have to hit these ashes. Some ashes fly away, look again. Hit the ashes again. And you felt something underneath your hand there. Look again. And that something that you felt in there turned out to be this ash veil. So basically you have to look 3 times, and between each looking, you have to hit the ashes. And now we have the veil. Let's finish these guys off. Go fight that dragon. There we go. Getting more coins. No more casinos for us to really go in though. The next island we'll be going to though will have really good equipment for us to buy. And actually, thanks to 2 items that we'll be getting here. One that we already got, and one that we'll be getting from the fire dragon, we'll be able to get some, also get some different equipment, some extra equipment made. Heal all our characters up, get ready for this boss fight, and one last thing is we want to take off all of Bogi's equipment, because we won't get a chance to remove that equipment, because he's going to leave basically as soon as we defeat the dragon. That equipment will come in handy for our next character, Layl, who will be joining us. Let's take on the dragon. Now Bogi's going to be pretty useless in this fight because, you know, he has no equipment. But we found that iron boomerang, so he can always throw the iron boomerang, use a cane if he wants to. And the good thing is you don't need to have Bogi actually survive the battle. He's going to be involved in a cutscene after the battle, but it's not like some games where like the character has to be alive in order for the cutscene to happen. So yeah, we're not worried about Bogi and his contribution in this battle. But there's Bogi saying that he must have the dragon scale, so that's another reason, I guess, why he wants to fight this fire dragon. He wants dragon scales. So we're gonna take out the fire dragon, like we've been taking out some of the major bosses previously, with Theo's Fortify spell. Mute will use the lightning cane. The dragon is immune to the bang series of spells that the Cane of Destruction uses. You could use either the Cane of Chill or the Cane of Lightning. Both will work, but the Cane of Lightning does a little bit more damage. Of course, the most damage will be coming from Theo's Fortify. But, you know, every little bit of damage that Mute does, and Bogi throwing that iron boomerang, could potentially save a turn. So, yeah, you'll see that Bogi did a little bit more damage, not much more, but a little bit more damage throwing the boomerang than using the cane. And Theo does a heck of a lot more damage with that Fortify spell. Yeah, the Fortify spell basically like breaks the game. Eventually you get a spell that casts Fortify, but on all party members, so we're able to get everybody to benefit from the Fortify spell. But that won't be until much later. Still about a few levels to gain. Let's see. You're doing good damage there. Triple digits. Bogi doing single digits. And the dragon loves some of these destroyed spells, or bang spells. We'll learn, Mute will eventually learn more of them as well. But there's Bogi, he got knocked out. But like I said, not important. Like I said, he is leaving the party right after this, so he doesn't need the experience. And there goes the fire dragon. And in defeating the fire dragon, I guess he kind of goes crazy and gets enveloped by his own flames. The screams echo off the cavern walls. We'll lose the shard and the scales if we don't act fast. And Bogi hops in. No regard for his own safety. They lick out and devour Bogi. But, before I guess they fully consume Bogi, he gets the Shard of Fire and the Dragon Scales. That's the second item that we're going to take to a blacksmith on the next island to help us make some new equipment. Dragon Scales help make armor, and then that tritium that we found helps make a new weapon. cast Rock the Cavern. And Theo loses consciousness. But luckily he comes to, and he's of sound enough mind to still cast the exit spell. So that allows us to get out of here real quick. We've done enough traveling through this volcano, we don't need to make an exit trip. So just cast exit and get out of here. And then head back to our boat. Magic Theo, exit. Our next character we're gonna get, Layla. She's gonna actually get some of these like support spells that Theo has that Mute lacks. You know, exit, teleport, so that's helpful. In case Theo gets knocked out, you can just have Layla use a teleport spell or exit spell. So things are bad, we just lost Bogi, and things are gonna get a little bit worse here real quick. Because as we try to return back, doesn't matter what island you try to go to, you'll get sucked up into this whirlpool. We'll pull it out of Theo's tiny craft. Did it take us to the land of the lost, like Moshe, Will, and Holly? No, it'll take us back to that beach by Bon Harbor. But we didn't just get there by following the ocean currents. We were brought there by this pirate lady, Layla. And she has a submarine. So we lost our boat, but we got a submarine. And that's good because that submarine will allow us to go underwater. And allow us to access eventually where the cave, where the water shard is. The last shard that we need. We got the earth shard in the underground temple in the desert. We got the wind shard in Winter Castle. Fire shard just now for the fire dragon. Now all we need is that last, the water shard. Here we learned that Layla has some history with Bogi. We're supposed to meet on a date. But Bogi no-showed. Of course he no-showed because of the incident with the fire dragon. But Layla takes up our offer to basically take up Bogi's quest to adventure with us and make sure that his sacrifice of getting the fire shard wasn't in vain. So she joins our party and brings with her the submarine. The submarine's going to be back in Bon Harbor, so let's just head over to Bon Harbor. I should have used the teleport spell to go there, but I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking Layla needs some experience, because as you'll see, she is under-equipped, but we got Bogi's equipment to give to her. And so she fits in his armor and all, so it's nice. And she's a few levels back from our characters. Let's head to Bon Harbor. Keep heading to the east here, back to the harbor. And you'll notice that our boat is going to be replaced by Layla's submarine. Why she didn't just, I said she rescued us in her submarine. Why she decided to take us from the submarine all the way over to this beach, I don't know. We should have just met her right outside the submarine on the dock. But now we get to wander a little bit. And there's our submarine, or Layla's submarine. And now you notice there's a new thing there. Scunner Island. That is where we can find the water shard, only accessible with the submarine. But first we're going to head to Farb Island, because this is where we can turn in that tritium and the dragon scale to get some new equipment, basically the endgame level equipment. encounter some new monsters here as well. And we'll get another kind of side quest to eventually undertake. Enemies aren't too tough here. Behemoths. Makes me think of Final Fantasy IV and the Moon. Really tough enemies. These ones not so tough. Usually Mute can take them out with one hit of the Cane of Destruction, and they're really slow. So it seems like everyone, even Theo, gets to go before them. So this island is very small, but a lot of important things happen on it. So the shops are to the east. But before we go to the shops, we're going to go visit this strange doctor here. Give Mute a new sword, pass down some old equipment. Theo can take Theo will be getting this a new sword. Nothing around here. This is the Doctor, Dr. Normal, a famous inventor. He's so famous we never even heard of him yet in this game. But right now, he's, well, we can give him a new idea by hitting him in the head. But right now he's, I guess, so busy with his inventions that he's not really going to talk with us. Now, we can see his main invention, and he'll give us that little side quest. The main invention is a few screens to the east. Basically just gotta get back to the path, and instead of going north to his house, we're going west, then north to his house, just head north and we'll see that Dr. Normal is like Sid from Final Fantasy, and is making an airship. Sid in Final Fantasy is, the airship guy. Final Fantasy II, he ran the airship business. Final Fantasy III, he gave us our first airship. 4, he was the chief engineer of Baron. 5, he was the scientist who helped make the steamship and the airship and converted them to like a submarine. And then, 6, we'll find out. We haven't played that game yet, but Sid there's a lead scientist. Not involved in the airship, but he's involved in making magic basically come back into the world. And then in 7, Sid's an airship pilot who actually joins the party. And then in 8, he's like a scientist who joins the party. I know, in 8 he's not a scientist, he's like the leader of this mercenary group. Don't remember 8 too much. And that's as far as I played with the Final Fantasies. I managed to play 7 and 8 only because they came out on the computer. I didn't have a PlayStation or anything. I ended with a Super Nintendo until I got a Wii in 2008. And because the girl I was living with really wanted one. She is no longer here, but living with me. But the Wii still is, so I guess I win. And hey, lately gained some levels there. Or gained a level. She'll catch up eventually. And here we have something weird here. You can hit the shopkeeper and she says, like, if you forgive her. Like, why would we forgive her? Like, she didn't do anything to us. We should be asking her for forgiveness. But if you decide to forgive her, she'll tell you about that tritium metal. If you don't forgive her, she slaps you. But that's not a problem because we're just going to stay here and have our hit points healed up. And then we'll save our game. And then after after this, we will head over to the east to the blacksmith. Actually, we'll head first to the shop, see the equipment they have, and then give that stuff to the blacksmith and see the new equipment that is now available. So, we'll catch you in the next episode. Thanks for following along. Have a good day. See you then. Bye.